It wasn't just about horsepower. It wasn't about lap times or luxury interiors. This was personal. For an entire generation raised on illegal street races, VHS bootlegs of option videos, two cars stood above the rest: the Toyota Supra MK4 and the Nissan Skyline GT-R R34. These weren't just Japanese sports cars. They were icons, worshipped, feared, imitated, but never truly replaced. And even now, decades later, their shadows stretch across car culture like legends that refuse to fade. But which one was truly the king? Let's go back, not to the showroom, not to the dyno, but to the moment the world saw them not as machines, but as myths. It's 1993. Toyota unveils the A80 Supra, long hood, massive wing, Targa, top, twin-turbo inline-six. It wasn't just fast, it was silently terrifying. Stock, it made 276 horsepower. But tuners quickly discovered something unholy. The 2JZG-T engine wasn't just strong, it was nearly indestructible. You could push 800 horsepower, 1,000, even more, and the Supra, it didn't flinch. It became the sleeper assassin, the midnight monster. You might beat it off the line, but you'd hear that turbo scream behind you, and in 3 seconds, it'd be gone. But while the Supra was making headlines in America, Nissan was crafting something different, something quieter, colder, meaner. The R34 GT-R wasn't built for fame. It was built for domination, with a Tesla all-wheel drive, Hika's rear-wheel steering, and a computer that read your every move. The GT-R wasn't just fast, it was smart. While other cars slid, the Skyline gripped. While others flexed, it calculated. The RB26DETT engine? Legendary. Overbuilt, understated, capable of monstrous power, but never bragging about it. The Skyline didn't want attention. It wanted respect, but the world couldn't look away. And neither could Hollywood. When a bright orange Supra exploded onto the screen in The Fast and the Furious, it became a symbol, a roar, a pop culture weapon. It went from tuner's dream to legend status overnight. The Skyline? It took longer. It was forbidden fruit in the US for years. You didn't see them, you heard about them, like dragons in the mist. By the time the R34 did arrive, decades later, legally, it had already achieved mythic status. It was the car you couldn't have, and that made people want it even more. But here's the twist in the story. These two cars never really raced. They weren't rivals on paper. One was rear-wheel drive, the other all-wheel drive. One was wide, flamboyant, and loud. The other was cool, quiet, and tactical. One made you fall in love, the other made you obsess. But car culture forced them into a war anyway. Fans took sides. Debates raged online. Supra vs. Skyline, 2JZ vs. RB26, rear dream slides vs. all-wheel drive grip, boost, lag vs. cornering mastery. And the truth is, they both won because they stood for something that no car today truly does. Purity. No touchscreens, no driver aids, no artificial engine sounds, just pistons, turbochargers, oil, fire, and grit. You drove these cars, or they drove you. There was no faking it, but the world changed. Regulations tightened. Engines got smaller, turbos got smarter, but the magic, the madness, that disappeared. And with it, so did the era of true legends. Toyota discontinued the Supra in 2002. Nissan phased out the R34 the same year. The GT-R name lived on in the R35, yes, but it became something else. Faster, stronger, but not wilder. The rawness was gone, the thrill had been refined. Years passed, prices soared, and suddenly, the cars we used to call imports were now investments. A clean R34 today? Expect to pay 6 figures. A Supra MK4 with low mileage? Same story. They were never meant to be this rare. They were never meant to become museum pieces, but we loved them too hard. And now they're too precious to drive. But deep down, if you're lucky enough to sit in one, start it. Feel the vibration in the shifter. Hear that spool-up whine. You'll understand. These weren't just cars. They were chapters in our lives. Symbols of rebellion, friendship, obsession of long nights under streetlights, empty highways, cursed dyno sheets, and dreams too fast for the world to catch. So here's the final question. If you had the keys to just one, would you take the orange beast that roared through Hollywood, the Supra MK4? Or would you choose the forbidden icon that lived in the shadows, the Skyline R34 GT-R? Both are legends, but only one can sit in your garage. Drop your pick in the comments, and if you love stories like this, real machines, real history, real obsession, then hit that like, tap subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another ride through the world's greatest cars. This isn't just nostalgia, it's horsepower, heritage, and heart. Welcome to the garage, where legends never die.